booties for black girl nerds.
Thanks so much for taking the time to speak with me. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Anytime.
Awesome. Well, Sebastian, I'm going to start with you. The dichotomy between Edward's journey and how he sees himself compared to Oswald and how he sees himself is so compelling to me. One is very insecure, and the other is very confident. So, aside from his physical appearance, why is Edward battling with his insecurity so much?
It's that sort of universal, I think, relatable thing where if you're not spending time looking at what's inside, you'll still probably still deal with the same issues. And I think, that there's many things to it, but I think that's one thing for Edward that doesn't change, because he's still never really accepted who he is.
Indeed, yeah. It's interesting to see how that journey unfolds throughout this story of self-acceptance, and that being a major theme and player in this film. Adam, for you, although it seems like Oswald has the best of intentions, I can't help but think that he slightly wants to sabotage what Edward has built with this new persona. Is it because he sees through Edward, or is it because he's a little jealous of him?
Oh, does he see through Edward and is he jealous of him? Good question. Because Oswald's just out there and gregarious, and when he first rocks up, he sort of warms him a little bit. But the more you see him, and the more you see him and Edward bounce off, the more like, actually Oswald is a bit of a dick. And you sort of like, you don't warm to him as much, and then by the end, you're like, wait, is Oswald the bad guy here? Has he been the bad guy? Like, the whole time? And again, I don't like telling audiences who's good, who's bad, or hand-holding. But I think there is a real edge to Oswald that you start to see as the film goes on and as his interactions with Edward slash Guy go on. So yeah, he's a very fun, complex character.
He is one of the most complex characters, I think, in this film. Um, Aaron, for you, the music in this film, it felt like a supporting character for me. What were you looking for in terms of the right and the tone to make sure the score for this movie felt just right?
Well, when Umberto, who did the score, read the script, 10 minutes later he sent me a demo of the theme. He was playing it on the piano and sort of talking me through it, and immediately I felt that he understood what we were going for. After that, we worked for months on different themes, on different variations of the themes, on different directions, and I really just I sent him down all different directions, and usually his first ideas were the right ones, but we tried all sorts of things just to sort of get a sense, and in the end I apologized for sending him down so many different paths, but he said that it was useful because all those different paths somehow enhanced the original ideas. So I think it was just a trial and error, but it was mostly Umberto is just brilliant and he understood the script right away.
Such a beautifully haunting theme. It really sticks with you long after you've seen the movie. Sebastian, back to you. This is unlike any role that I've seen you in before, and you've had to wear these prosthetics while playing Edward, but then really diving deep into the psyche of Guy, and his downward spiral. So which was more challenging for you, the physicality of this character or the emotional weight of playing this role?
I guess, yeah, all of it really, because it was a very different character, like you said, for me, and I think I just was feeling a degree of responsibility to kind of do this amazing script justice, I guess, and really try to. I think there are big ideas here that Aaron is exploring, and I think you really have to pay attention to the movie, and you have to kind of you have to listen, because everything that's in there is very precise and specific. What the questions, what they're discussing, even when the play is happening, what the characters are saying, and I really hope people do that, because I think it will inform sort of a lot of what you're asking right now. But yeah, I think Edward has to remain recognizable to some extent to the audience. You're sort of with him on the journey, I guess, and so I just wanted to really make sure that Edward and Guy really remain the same person.
Indeed, yeah. You do have to pay attention, because even in my second viewing of the film, I had a different experience with it. Really enjoyed the complexity of the story. Adam, back to you. Aaron wrote this film with you in mind as the character of Oswald. Did you add any dialogue, or did you make any changes to the script yourself while crafting together this character?
We didn't make any changes to the script, no. I think, as Sebastian's just alluded to, the script is very precise, and everything is like very deliberate, and there for good reason. And I think my job as an actor, working with Aaron for a second time, is to just turn up every day and bring sort of like the best version of Oswald to the screen I can. And it's easier to get sometimes that this is like a collaborative endeavor, and there are many moving parts to any film for it to pull off, whether it was the AD Greer who came and got me in the morning, or Leslie on sound, or other Aaron in doing the hair, and I just wanted to rock up, be nice to everyone, do a good job, and nail it. And the script was very much the script, right down to the I want to get next to you Rolls Royce scene. Everything's there for a reason, and it's not my job to come in and tell Aaron how to write his film.
That was a great scene, by the way. I really enjoyed that. Aaron, I know that this was a personal story for you. What did you learn about yourself during the creative process of putting this film together?
I don't know. I mean, I do sort of go into these things hoping to really explore my own feelings about things, including myself and the way people view disfigurement. So for me, it's exploratory, and I guess it's therapy in a sense, trying to make these films. But as I always say, the process of making a film is so grueling and occasionally demoralizing that as therapy, I don't know how useful it actually is. I mean, sometimes I think I'm worse off after I've made a film.
Well, I mean, I think it'll be therapeutic for us having conversations around this film. I again, this was just a very, it was an introspective look at very complex topics. I saw it twice. I had a different takeaway. I feel like this is a film that you could have repeat viewings of. And thank you so much for taking the time to speak to Black Girl Nerds. I really appreciate the conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Better shake your booties for Black Girl Nerds. Better shake your booties for Black Girl Nerds.